There are some seriously significant historical sites throughout the Victorian Goldfields, places where ruins, relics, monuments and more stand in testament to the region's prosperous and sometimes dark history. This list takes you on a tour of 7 of the most significant gold history sites throughout the region. Number 1. The Welcome Stranger Discovery Site. In Malayagal back in 1869, Cornish miners John Deason and Richard Oates unearthed the largest alluvial gold nugget ever found in the world. The Welcome Stranger was so big that it had to be broken up on an anvil before it could be weighed at the bank in nearby Denali. This unbelievable gold nugget was found mere inches below the surface. The spot where the Welcome Stranger was discovered is now a quiet bushland area with a monument commemorating the nugget's discovery. There is a picnic area and a great signposted discovery walk. Number 2. The new Australasian No. 2 gold mine. This deep lead gold mine in Creswick is the scene of one of Australia's worst underground mining disasters. In the early hours of Tuesday morning on the 12th of December 1882, water flooded the mine from the old workings of the Australasian No. 1, trapping 27 men underground. Rescue efforts commenced immediately, but by the time the miners were reached 3 days later, only 5 had survived. The story of the disaster, the rescue efforts, and recovery of the miners is absolutely tragic. Many first-hand accounts of the disaster were published in the newspapers, describing the unimaginable and horrific experiences of those trapped underground as well as those endeavouring to reach them. Number 3. The Eureka Stockade Memorial Gardens. This scenic park in Ballarat East commemorates one of Australia's most defining historical events, the Eureka Stockade conflict of December 3, 1854. The park has been established right on the site of the Eureka Stockade, where a rough timber stockade was constructed on a hill at the Eureka Lead. Within the stockade, diggers who sought reform drilled and gathered weapons for the purpose of rebelling against corrupt and unfair government forces. In the early hours of December 3, 1854, government troops stormed the stockade right here at this spot. 22 miners and several soldiers were killed in the attack. Number 4. The Berry No. 1 Deep Lead Gold Mine. The impressive pump house of the Berry No. 1 Deep Lead Gold Mine is the most intact out of the 2 remaining examples on the famous Berry Deep Lead system near Smeaton. The Berry Deep Lead is an ancient riverbed buried beneath lava flows, and it was extraordinarily rich in gold. The deep leads which were buried by lava flows required substantial capital and equipment to work for gold. Exploratory boring to find the course of the lead is followed by the sinking of deep shafts, and massive pumping engines are required to keep the water at bay underground. This is an outstanding roadside example of the many massive old gold mines which once worked on the Berry Deep Lead. Number 5. The Beehive Mine. The 30-metre-high Beehive Mine chimney is an iconic part of the Malden skyline. Completed in 1863, it's the only chimney of its age and size remaining in Victoria. Visitors can stroll through the mine site of the Beehive Gold Company and take a close look at the chimney and a fenced mineshaft. Alongside the chimney are the fascinating remains of the brick and stone substructures. Number 6. The Blacksmith's Hole. The Blacksmith's Hole was an extraordinarily rich mining claim on the junction of the Prince Regent and Canadian leads in Ballarat. Here a shaft was sunk in 1853 to 110 feet deep with unbelievable results. Known as a jeweller's shop, this remarkable claim is estimated to have yielded a ton of gold. This claim was worked multiple times with rich yields every time. Situated along a back fence beside the present course of the Canadian Creek, the site of the Blacksmith's Hole is commemorated by an ornate iron signpost on the roadside, not far down from Sovereign Hill. Number 7. Eureka Reef. Once a busy mining village, today Eureka Reef in Chewton contains some of the oldest quartz mining relics in Victoria. Here you will discover remnants of houses, alluvial mining, quartz mining, stamp batteries, cyanide treatment, and more. A brilliant signposted walk travels around the Eureka Reef gold mining precinct, where you will discover the extensive ruins and features which remain from a century of gold mining operations. To find out more about these seriously significant historical sites, check out the links in the description below. You can also check out the Goldfields Guide website to discover more of the fascinating history of the Victorian Goldfields. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Goldfields Guide on YouTube.